It is time for an Astro Bot review. You know, I've always held the firm belief that gaming will never go back to the uniqueness and creativity that it used to have during the 6th generation with the PS2, Xbox, and GameCube, and on the PS2 having things like Ape Escape, Sly, Ratchet, Spyro, Crash, and Katamari all at once. But I think Astro Bot kind of proves that it's never too late to fix something. I gotta say, Astro Bot is a 3D platformer that's able to stand out from other 3D platformers, whether it's with mechanics, visuals, soundtrack, whatever. Because from all the trailers, my thoughts were, this really looks like Mario Galaxy 3. And while some people will probably feel that way, and one of the most liked reviews on Backlogged is already that, I think that this plays more like Ape Escape 3 than a sequel to Mario Galaxy 2. And I gotta get this off my chest because I feel like you guys aren't gonna understand. Team Asobi is made up of a lot of people that worked with Japan Studio, a lot of people that worked on the Ape Escape games. And if you've ever played Ape Escape 3 and you love it as much as I do, consider it to be arguably the best 3D platformer of all time, you would understand what I mean if you play this as well. And that's the best way to describe the gameplay of this game because it's very refined, you're not going to run into bugs, like it's a modern Sony IP. It's not fucked is what I'm saying. And the OST, of course, is just ridiculous. I mean, you open the game and it goes, "My name is Astro Bot." The first level of this game sets the tone. And I don't mean like you go in and you're like, wow, this sounds and looks cool. You play the level and it could just be its own game. It's incredible. I don't really know if the vocabulary that I have grown to learn in 22 years on this earth is enough to describe how I feel about this game. If you remember the Katamari Damacy review, I think that's gaming. Like that's what a video game is. Fun experience, stress reliever, not a challenge, very short, looks good, sounds good, play it, enjoy it, cry because you enjoyed it so much. That's what Astro Bot does. I hear people have criticism about fan service in this game, or not even criticism, just like, hey, there's fan service in here. Would this game be as good if there wasn't? And I think yes, because what made this game so great wasn't the fact that I could play an Ape Escape themed level or a God of War themed level. What made this game so great is the fact that it throws away the outside noise of game development. Fuck what's going on with Concord. Fuck all this Xbox shit. These commercial failures, these super overhyped games, these hero shooters that people have to pay for now, even though there's a bunch of free ones, all of that, forget about it. Let's just make an amazing, fun, super condensed experience that everybody should be able to appreciate. And not only just appreciate, but love. I don't know if there's a person on this planet that can play this and not come away with some type of feeling about it. Like, what this game is able to mimic, I don't think has been mimicked ever before, and I don't even think it's been done before. Like, I think there are fantastic games like this, like Katamari Damacy, Mario Odyssey, or Ape Escape 3, but I don't think there's ever been a game with the level of passion that was put into this one specifically. And of course, I do have to talk about the DualSense being utilized to probably not its fullest, but way more than any other first-party IP from Sony has thus far, 4 years after the release of the console. And when you play this game, you forget that you're playing a cartoony 3D platformer. You're not thinking to yourself, this doesn't look like Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, this doesn't look like Horizon Forbidden West. It looks amazing in its own way, and I would say it's probably, at this point, one of the best looking games ever, one of the best feeling games ever, one of the best sounding games ever, one of the best games to play. In fact, I think this is the best game of all time. If there's ever been a game that deserves to break the 1 to 10 scale, it's Astro Bot. Team Asobi, I have to thank you. And I hope that what you guys have been able to achieve here lingers into the rest of video game development for the foreseeable future. Because this is what video games are. Astro Bot is the video game. I'm feeling a 10 out of 10. Slap on the most emotional serum stamp of approval. Astro Bot gets a pass.